Bloody hell. Right here, this is the cave that it was filmed in. Oh, lots of flies. Look at the view already. It's not a Wainwright, so why would you bother coming? That's it, I have summited the Matterhorn. It is sad to think that 8 people died here instantaneously. It was terrifying. You want to see one of the best views of the Langdale Pikes anywhere in the Lake District? Here it is. Good morning everybody, welcome back to the Lake District. Lovely to have you here, as always. Before I continue with the video, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who comment on the videos. I think around about 99.999% of the comments are flipping lovely. You lot are lovely, so thank you so much for that. Anyway, where the hell are we? This is Tilberthwaite, and today I've got a massive walk. Well, yeah, it is massive. It is a massive walk. And it's a beautiful summer's day. It is the perfect day for this particular walk. So let's go and have a look at the map and see exactly where we're going for Wainwrights today. From the car park at Tilberthwaite, we're going to make our way up Tilberthwaite Gill, heading towards Birkfell via Dry Cove. This is a really fascinating area. From Birkfell, we're going to head across to Wetherlam Edge and get ourselves up to the first Wainwright of the day, Wetherlam. Then it's over to Blacksails, why not? Down to Swirl Hawes, up the Prison Band to Swirl Howe. Then it's a little bit of a trudge over to Greyfriar, but we'll go and check out the mini Matterhorn. Then it's back over to Great Cars, and we're now going to pick up that fantastic ridge of Wetside Edge. Beautiful walk along the grass here, all the way down to Witch's Bridge, and then a steep pull up to the col between Great Intake and Birkfell. Then it's a gentle stroll back to Tilberthwaite and the Van. There you go. Should be a very, very interesting day. Kicking it off right here. I mean, literally right by the car park. The car park is just there. The van is right there. And you've got all these little old quarries here. Really fascinating places. So we're going to have a good old rummage around in all of them as we make our way up. Look at it. Look how gorgeous that is. And yeah, lots to see and do. So let's get on. Let's do it. Okay, so kicking it all off, like I said, the van is just there, and about 2 minutes up, you get to this little, what the hell it is. The last time I was in here, this tree had fallen a little bit, but now it's fallen a lot of it. Just get past it without dying, because you can get to a little bit of a cave here, look. That's it, it just stops there, that's the wall, but you can't see it. But just looking up, look at that. Beautiful. Like I said, 2 minutes from the car. So once again, it has to be said, and I know I say this a lot, but this is actually one of my favourite walks in the whole of Lake District. Because there's so much to it, there's so much to see. It's so varied. You know, you've got this bit here with all the quarry works and going up the side of Tilberthwaite Gill, which is just beautiful. And then you've got obviously the open fell tops and the usual stuff and the long views. Let's go and look down here. So yeah, it's a fascinating walk. You're definitely not bored at all. Look at this. So you get quite a lot of people climbing around here, rock climbers. I don't know if they climb this bit, but we'll get a bit further up onto that upper section where you can see people, where people climb. It's nice, isn't it? I'm sorry, but I might as well warn you right now, there's going to be a lot of waffle today. So if you don't like the waffle, you might want to switch over to the other channel that I've got that has no waffle. Yeah, there's a lot of you know, old mining works, quarry works around here. And if you're familiar with Wainwright's book, he does mention that it is the most mined mountain in the Lake District. There's holes everywhere. It's like Swiss cheese. Okay, here's the upper section. Once again, it's like a tree's fallen. It's obviously growing in the rocks and come off. But yeah, let's have a look. What the hell? Something was crawling around my leg. Yeah, you get a lot of climbers around here. And immediately you get that unbelievable view. Beautiful, looking out towards Fairfield and then the Helvellyn South Ridge. Nice, isn't it? Nice light. Whew, that was horrible. Something was kind of flapping around my legs, and it reminded me of a story that I'm going to tell you later on towards the back end of the video about something that happened to me on this this very walk, actually, a number of years ago at what I now call Witches Bridge. Okay, so yeah, you can have a wander up there and look down into the quarry from on high, but we're just going to crack on now and make our way along Tilberthwaite Gill. This is absolutely stunning, this section, by the way. You know, even if you just didn't want to do the whole walk and you wanted to come and have a true Lake District experience, kind of feels a little bit like Canada actually looking down there, then you can just walk 5 minutes to get to this point and enjoy this, have a picnic. It's lovely. So you can see the path goes down there. Not too sure where that goes actually, maybe down to the Gill, I don't know, but we are going up because we need to sweat. So there is actually another path on to the side of the Gill there, and that is one that I used to do all the time. That was my preferred route, but it changed. A few years ago I came up here and I thought, oh no, this is way more interesting because of all these quarries and because of the way it looks. You know, you get a better view down into Tilberthwaite Gill. You don't really see it from up that side. So, and obviously you get this view as well. So this is my preferred route. Perhaps a little bit longer. Perhaps you get your feet a little bit soggier later on because you've got to cross a few sort of squelchy areas, but it's a small price to pay because, well, as you've seen, it's flipping gorgeous. Bloody hell. It's looking nice out towards the east. There's even a little bit of cloudage spilling over, I think that's probably, let's have a think, Dove Crag? Possibly? Probably not. Anyway, look at this. There's a great looking tree on that hill there, on the side of Blake Rig. Just come into view now as the sky goes behind it, and you can see the shape of it. It's almost like some sort of emu or something. I've tried to take a shot of that a few times, but you've got to have the right conditions, I think. There are a few sections on this walk that have bits of path that are, well, they stick in your mind, you know, for ages. As possibly, in my opinion, some of the best bits of path in the Lake District. And there's one of them a bit further around, going up towards Swirl How, and I'll point it out to you as we walk along it. It's it's lovely. Okay, so we're kind of getting to the point now where, as we get closer to Wetherlam, we're going to have to cross the gill here and potentially get wet feet, but we shouldn't do. We should be all right. Let's have a look. I say gill, but it's actually a beck. It's Crook Beck that we're about to cross. Nice, isn't it? Right, so what we're doing now is there's a little footbridge here. We're kind of heading towards that. Hey, Hurdy. Hope you're enjoying it, by the way. If you are, I know it's very early on in the video. It's early days yet, and you might not enjoy it. But if you are enjoying it at this point, then you know what to do. Just hit that like button. I know a lot of you watch it and don't hit the like button. That's okay. That's okay. It just would help, you know, if you did hit it. Right, we're not going to go over the bridge, but what we are going to do is we're going to go in here. Do you remember the scene in Star Wars? I think it was Empire Strikes Back, I think, when Luke Skywalker goes to Dagobah, you know, the swamp planet, to go and find Yoda. And there's a scene in it where he goes into a cave, Skywalker goes into a cave, and he faces Darth Vader. Darth Vader comes round the corner and he faces him, and it turns out it's him, and blah blah, spoiler alert. It was filmed here, right here. This is the cave that it was filmed in. It wasn't really. But it reminds me of it. Let's go and have a look. Oh, loads of flies. Can you even see anything? Let me change the settings. Okay, how's that now? It's around here, so you kind of get to this bit. I need to be careful here because there's like a bog of doom just here. And you go around this corner. There it is. That's what you see Darth Vader coming round. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here before you know who turns up. Do you agree that it looks a little bit like that, or have I lost the plot completely? Probably. Oh, okay, right. I think we are going to cross the bridge here. You can actually go a bit further up and then cut across, but I'm pretty sure every time I do that, it's a little bit, you know, you're kind of off-piste. It's a bit brackeny, it's a bit boggy and not so nice. So we'll get on here and then we'll pick up the path, the other path, you know, the other option. Let's go. It's nice, isn't it? I don't remember any of this. I remember the swampy bits, like here, but I don't remember the fence and the gate. So here you go. Like I said, this is the other side of the gill that we could have come up. And it is nice, very picturesque, but it's just not as interesting as the other side. Right, let's make our way up. So another way up onto Wetherlam from this side, other than Wetherlam Edge, is Steel Edge, just here. And it's interesting, you know, not a lot of people do it. And there's a little bit of, you know, interesting bit at the top. But I think you miss a lot out. I think you miss this entire section here as we go around Dry Cove and then up onto the Hawes. It's lovely, and you just miss that. So that's why I'm not doing it. Another interesting tree dead ahead. Again, that'd be really nice. It's a larch tree, and yeah, right conditions, that would be lovely. A lovely shot. I forgot to mention, by the way, that this particular walk is the first walk that I ever did up in the fells here with Finn. And we walked up the way that we didn't come up today, so on the easier side, the more boring side. and up here up to Wetherlam and, well, the whole horseshoe actually, apart from Greyfriars. We didn't do that. But yeah, that was her first proper outing. This is another one of those paths I was talking about. It's lovely, levels off, very picturesque everywhere. You even get a cute herdy lamb just there, look. I forgot to mention, these are all copper mines, by the way, back in the day. I think it all kicked off in Queen Elizabeth I, her reign, I think. Might be wrong. I think I'm right though. So it's copper mines for a long time, and then eventually they became the slate quarries, just pulling out the slate for, you know, reception desks and fancy hotels in Hong Kong and that sort of stuff. Anyway, I was just going to tell you that we're getting our first glimpse of Wetherlam Edge up there, but it's about to go out of view now. But we'll see it again in a minute. So we've got a little bit of a pull up here. It's like the proper first, you know, stepped path up. Going to get a bit of a sweat on. And then it kind of levels off a little bit and it looks really nice. And we'll eventually, well, in about 15-20 minutes, we'll get our first view down into Lyle Langdale. And that's lovely. That's where we'll get a bit of a breeze as well, because there's nothing here at the moment. It's a nice little section here, sheltered. Get a lot of sheep sleeping up round here. I mean, why wouldn't they? Getting that view back out towards the east, back out towards Fairfield. Incredible view to the south. But as always, what I'll do is I'll show you when we get to the top exactly what we can see. I'm not going to do it on Wetherlam. I'm going to wait until we get to Swirl How. Here we go, here's a mine shaft. Back in Wainwright's day, they didn't have these fences around them. They were just holes, and he kind of warns about that in his book. You know, look after kids and dogs, because you're just never going to stop. You fall down that. Bye-bye. It is a warm day, and it's 20 to 10. And the sun's not out properly at the moment, still a bit of cloud. When it comes out, it's like an oven. I mean, that's all relative terms, of course. Some of you guys, you know, you live in really, really, really hot places, and this for you would probably be like jacket weather. Views are really opening up now, aren't they? Fantastic. So, do you remember when I said earlier on that there's a path section that is up there with one of the best in the lakes, that it's wonderful? This isn't it. It's a bit further on, it's on the prison band, but this is another one. It's really, really nice as we cut across the side of Birkfell Hawes. Oh, I shouldn't say that word, should I? YouTube will ban it. Nice little section, that. Don't have to go that way, there's another path that goes around the back, but it's boring. So that is Wetherlam Edge right there. Look, you might be able to make out a little bit of a path there. Look at this, we're now on Birkfell HAWSE, I'm not going to say it. And we're getting our view back over to the north, over Lar Langdale, and we can actually see quite a lot of the route. So looking up towards Great Cars, and then down Wetside Edge, all the way down, and we're going to get to Witches Bridge down there. But now it's time to get a bit more sweaty and get my head down and get up to the top of Wetherlam. Sit back and enjoy this section because it is pretty nice. Hey Hurdy. That'll be a good shot, wouldn't it? Damn it, I've got my camera out. That'll be nice, yeah. With the crinkles in the back. Oh, gone. So, you see that bump there? I don't know if I'm pointing in the right place, but on Wetside Edge there's a little bump there. That's where I'm going to stop later on this afternoon and have a marsh bar. So I think I'm going to have my lunch at Hellgill Pike over there somewhere after Greyfriar. So I want to get most of it done, and then it's just all downhill and not throwing my sandwiches back up again. And like I say, Marsh Bar is there. I'm excited already. Alright, so we are now on Wetherlam Edge, and the name is a little bit deceptive really, because if you think of the word edge associated with anything, you always think of striding edge or sharp edge. Ridges, basically. This is not a ridge, it's literally the edge of the mountain at the corner. It's not tricky at all, no exposure at all. It's like I said, it's only tricky in the winter, a bit further up, because there are a few bits where, you know, hands and feet on rock, but you can't do that because the ice is about a foot thick and really smooth. So look at this, isn't it lovely? Wow. That's so nice. Here we go. Here's one of the bits that in the summer, like today, we can just whiz up here and across and up, but it's like a waterfall here, a frozen waterfall. It's a nightmare. As you can see, it's all downward sloping rock. So when it's covered in ice, it's not nice. Look at the view already. Doesn't take long. Right, I think straight up. Swaley, how are you doing? Look at that for a shot. Rule of thirds, about there. Lovely. I need to get my camera out, you know. I'm going to do it. You know, it's all changed in about the last 10 minutes or so. Just while I've been faffing around with the camera, it's all gone a bit hazy. It saw me getting the camera out and it went hazy. Look at it back out towards the east. Clouds are kind of gathering and it's pretty hazy. Peekaboo. Yeah. You've changed. You know, it's not a proper walk unless you get a bit of blood action. Hey birdies. Alright, getting first sight of the summit. Just up here. Alright, here we are on the first summit of the day, Wetherlam. Hello. How you doing?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
I'm Neil.
Neil. Hi Neil. Say hello to Neil. Alright, that is the true summit, slightly higher than this one here in the north. The north one. Southeast is higher, northwest one is slightly lower. That was Neil, by the way. Hi Neil. Nice to meet you. It's so lovely bumping into you guys out on the hill and having a bit of a chat with you and talking about different stuff and moaning about the weather. Very good at moaning about the weather, aren't we, us Brits? I mean, it's still nice, but it's just, as you can see, you know, all the details gone now. It's gone very flat. So I think I will wait until we get to Swirl How up there and then hope that it clears out a little bit. Look at this little cutie here. Hey Hurdy. I won't get any closer, you can relax a little bit. What I am irritated about, a little bit actually, is this cut here, though not, you know, life-threatening or anything. I'm very dramatic. It's just rubbing against the bottom of the shorts. So yeah, it's kind of irritating me a little bit. Before we head off, let me just put the picture of Finn, if I can find it, up on the screen there, of her first summit attempt. First proper fell, actually, to be honest with you. And it was a snowy day. It was good. So it has to be said that this path here, from this point right down to Swirl Hawes, is actually really nice, especially around about there, because it just cuts right across the fell side. It is nice. It is a nice walk, but it's not what we want. You might be able to see a faint trod there going off. That is exactly the one that I took in that the camping video last year, was it? I think it was last March. Yeah, it'll be 5 minutes up at the top, and it's worth it. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Alright, here we are on the second summit of the day, Black Sails. Now, it's not a Wainwright, so why would you bother coming? What's the point? Well, that's the point. That right there is the point, and it probably is a Hewitt, Nuttall, Burkitt, whatever. Probably one of those. But it's not a Wainwright, and I've always wondered why the hell he didn't include this one. And he included some really crazy ones. But there you go. Look at it. That's Coniston Water right there. Levers Water, Coniston Old Man, Brimfell. You can see right out towards Morecambe Bay. Absolutely beautiful place this. And then obviously to the north, you can see all the Langdales. You can see Scarfells, Crinkles, Bowfell, Glaramara, all the ones we can see before. And we can also see Great Gable and Green Gable. We can see Skidder, Blencathra, Helvellyn and Fairfield in the clouds there. You can see almost everything from here. I don't get it. If you just bag in Wainwrights, just don't bother coming up here, leave it out and keep on going up to Swirl How. But if you really, really love being outdoors and you love the fells and you love views like this, get your ass up here, don't be lazy. Anywho, I'm gonna get down to Swale Hawes and then get on up the Prison Band. That's a bit of a pull up there, some interesting bits. Really, it's really fun. It's not a scramble at all. It's just like a really interesting step up with some sort of ex-Bors bits, but not too bad. And it also has that little section of path that I was talking about that is just, wow, wonderful. I think about it a lot, actually. Sounds weird, doesn't it? I think about a path a lot, but I do think about it. Okay, back on that main path now that takes us from Wetherlam, back up there, can you see it? Down to Swale Hawes. So yeah, about a 25-minute detour that was, but well worth it. So yes, as is the way, we've lost quite a lot of height from Wetherlam, which means we have to regain it again, but you know, I can't think of a finer place to do that, to be honest with you, up the Prison Band, because it is so nice and fun and exhilarating and just beautiful that actually you don't really realise the pain too much. Have you noticed, by the way, that I'm not apologising for the amount of waffle? I'm going all in on the waffle because I know a lot of you like it, and only a minority of people are irritated by it or just put off the channel completely because of the waffle. And what I've actually done, and a few of you already know about this, but I might as well mention it on the video, is I've set up a separate channel, and it's called Raw Walks. So if you type into YouTube Raw Walks, you're probably going to come across a whole lot of flipping wrestling rubbish. But if you go to youtube.com/Raw Walks, you'll see basically these videos with all the waffle cut out of them. So it's just purely the sound of, you know, my feet, the birds, the water, the wind, me breathing. Unfortunately, I can't cut that out. But yes, it's all the ambient sounds, a bit of ASMR, and it gives you an idea for the route without me wittering on. So if that's your bag, that's where to go. And on that basis, it's kind of freeing me up a little bit on this channel to be a little bit more waffly and, you know, not worry so much about trying to make it a documentary style video series and being all serious about stuff, because I don't want to be serious. If you're interested, that's where it is. And if you like the waffle, stay here because there's going to be a lot of it. Right, as you can see, Swale Hawes is just here. There's someone sat down there, look. And I'd imagine it's probably going to it might get a little bit busier now, because you get people coming up from Levers Water and then head up to Swale How. And then as we go up, we get people coming off from the Old Man. That doesn't sound good, does it? Coming off Coniston Old Man. And then heading back down the Prison Band. Okay. Swale Hawes. You're right. Ooh, I love this. Bit of geology, look. It's tough. It is actually over on Black Sails, where there's some of the best examples of that tuff, you know, the ash rock that's formed for the various, you know, volcanic eruptions. Down that ridge there, Black Sails Ridge, wow, it's incredible. Again, if you've not seen that camping video, go and check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. You can go and watch it after this one. It's a fantastic place. I love it so much. Okay, this is part of that path I was talking about, the one I think about a lot. Just coming round here. It's a shame today because it's so gloomy. It doesn't have that same impact. Okie dokie. From this point on the prison band, we can actually see the summit of Swirl How now. Brown cow. Yeah, looks fun, doesn't it? Quartz. Wow, summit of Coniston Old Man has gone. Cloud base has really dropped very, very low. Not quite as low as Wetherlam yet. Looking back at Wetherlam, you can't even see Black Sails now. It just blends in to the side of Wetherlam. All right, here we are on the summit of Swirl How. Wow, right at the bottom of the cloud base here, look at it. It's going to clag in, I'm telling you. Look at that. Isn't that a great view? Looking down into Greenburn. And in a minute, what we'll do is we'll go off to Great Cars and check out the wreckage of the Halifax bomber there. But you can see a little bit of it down there, look. Bit of fuselage maybe, bit of wing. Yeah, it's a nice summit that. Interesting with the cairn there. Great views back towards the route we've just done. But I'm not going to dawdle, I'm not going to hang around there because, as you can see, that guy there's got his jacket on. It is, oh God, it is a bit chilly here. I think I just want to push on and get over to Greyfriar. Get over there, get back, check out the bomber, and then go to Great Cars and then drop down to Hellgill Pike and have my butties there. But before we go on, let me draw your attention to a place that I stood and took a photograph quite a few years ago now, actually. I think it's probably back in 2017, 2018 maybe. From here, looking towards Great Cars, all this is kind of silhouetted, and there's Bowfell in the background, but that's Bowfell in the cloud, you can't see it. And there were two walkers, I'll put it on the screen. There were two fell walkers, and one of them was kind of pointing. I just called it Show Me Heaven, because it just looks like he's showing his walking companion. Well, that, heaven. That is available on my website, so if you're interested. That photograph is actually in Keisty as well, in Ambleside, the restaurant there, along with 4 others. So it's seen quite a lot by a lot of people. Anywho, stop ramming stuff down your throat. But, you know, the photographs are a way that I make money for this channel to keep it going. So if you are interested, you can head over to blackcrag.com and have a look at the photographs there. And, you know, if you're not interested in photographs but you still want to support the channel, then I've also got a Patreon group called The Black Clan, and there's quite a few people in there now. It's a very active group on Facebook, and we also meet up a couple of times a year for walks and camps and what have you, and there's other perks as well on the screen. That and the sales of the photographs and the merch, the t-shirts, is what keeps me out here full time doing this, bringing these videos for you, which I hope you like. Right, I'm going to get on. I think we might actually walk past the bomber wreckage first before we head down to across Fairfield. This is Fairfield here, the call between Greyfriar and Great Cars. So I think we do. If we do, we'll go and have a look at it, and if we don't, we'll go and have a look at it on the way back. I just realised that I was going to show you all the fells, do the labelling that I normally do from the top of Swirl How, but there's no point. You can see, well, they've gone, look. Can you hear the skylarks, by the way? Lovely. That is the sound of summer. So it does feel a bit of a pain, you know, having to head all the way out to Greyfriars and then have to retrace our steps. But it's just the way it is, you know, it's just, there's not a lot we can do about it. There just isn't a circular walk you can do. You can't just tack it on and move around and then pick up another one. It just sits out there, a little bit of a satellite. I have done another video of this years ago, a much more interesting route than this. It's an older video, so it's probably a little bit ropey. But I went up from Cockley Beck with Finn, so it could be interesting in that sense. And yeah, right up the other side, totally off the beaten path. Didn't see a soul the whole day until I got to the top. And then I could see all the Wainwright baggers. Have you noticed so far every summit I've got to, except for Black Sails, has someone already at the top? Look at Dalcrag. Wow. It's so cool from this angle. So pointy. Okay, there is the summit over there. That one, the left one I think it is. But first we need to go and have a look at the Matterhorn. I'm going to climb it. It's this lump here, look. It looks tiny in this camera, but it's this. And it's only from a certain angle. So we get around probably there. I think that's probably the angle. It looks just like the Matterhorn. I think Wainwright calls it the pointy boulder or something like that. You have to ignore me turned up shorts, by the way. I turned them up because I've got a cut on my knee. Anyway, here we go. That's it. I have summited the Matterhorn. What a fantastic little boulder. But it is, like I said, just this angle. Right, let's get to the summit. Ooh, without falling over. Do you see what I mean about this particular walk being so interesting? There's so much to see, like mini Matterhorns, bomber wreckages, caves, amazing paths, amazing looking trees, loads of hurdies. And I'm only halfway. This is about the halfway point. So I'm probably the furthest point away from the vein at the moment. Let's go and tick this one off. And like I said, head back towards Great Cars. Go and check out the bomber site, because the eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that I didn't go to it on the way here. So that's where I was in the last walk with Finn, up there. And then you can also see behind it Green Crag and Hardknott here, Hardknott the fell, and Hardknott Pass as well, the road there. Very difficult to see now though, because it's so overcast and gloomy, makes everything look flat. All right, here we are on the summit of Greyfriars, and I don't think it's this one. I think this one over here is the highest point, so it looks it. Let's go and have a look. Okay, I think that one was the highest. This one feels a bit lower, but look at it. But we've got the trudge back across Fairfield, back up towards Great Cars. But yeah, it'll take about 20-25 minutes. It'll be fine, it's okay. There we go, goodbye Matterhorn. I see from this angle, it looks rubbish. Okie dokie, now the pile of stones. So we came down this path here and up to Greyfriars. If you don't want to go to Great Cars, I guess you could take the left-hand one. That's where my lunch is, up that way. I could go to Hellgill Pike and just cut it out. But we're going to go up to Great Cars because it is a Wainwright. We need to tick it off. And we need to go and have a look at the bomber. Not far now. It's just steady away up here. It's a nice little grassy trod actually. It's not offensive at all underfoot. It's lovely. Look at this. That is such a beautiful view. I'm actually quite liking the clouds there. I know it's still a bit flat and gloomy, but There's some little wispy bits coming down, little tendrils. So many Herdies around here. So we've got Herdies, we've got Swaleys there, got a few Swaleys there. Can't bother spinning around. Let's see if it recognises me. Hey Herdie. There was definitely recognition there. He's that freak who walks around the Lake District calling us that stupid Bert and Ernie voice. Yeah, here we go. 8 of them died here on the 22nd of October 1944. It was a Halifax bomber. We've got a bit of landing gear here. And there are conflicting stories, I think, with this. I've heard that they were flying in the cloud, obviously too low, and hit the mountain. And the undercarriage clipped the mountain and then tore off, and the plane crashed over into Greenburn Valley there. And I've also heard a story where it just crashed into the side of the mountain and all that's left is the landing gear. And the story is that people dropped the wreckage into the valley there, into Greenburn, just tossed it in afterwards, you know. Which sounds a bit of an odd one. I think the most likely one is the fact that they had the landing gear down and it clipped the top of the mountain. But that then begs the question, why do they have the landing gear down? Maybe Halifax bombers don't have retractable landing gear. I don't know. But if they do, why was it down? Because there's nowhere to land around here. If anybody knows, just leave a comment. Let everybody else know in the comment section if you know a bit more information about this. I mean, I could Google it. But if you know, then share your knowledge. That's a better way of doing it, isn't it? Yeah, very sad. It is sad to think that 8 people died here instantaneously. That's the only saving grace that it was over. I hope it was instant. They didn't feel anything. But yeah, what a way to go. So that's that. So we are on Great Cars. That's it. Pretty much at the final highest point of the day. That was the last, maybe the second to last up of the day. I don't know what I've told you yet in the map sequence at the beginning because we've got a choice and it all depends on how strong I'm feeling when I get to that decision point. So that could be the last or it could be the second to last up. But yeah, here we are on the summit of Great Cars. Look at it. It really is great. Look. It's just a sheer drop down into the valley. Terrifying. So what we'll do is we'll have a little wander across and keep looking down because this is one of the best features I think on this walk. And then we'll move across to Hellgill Pike. Look at the Herdies. So you know in Madeira there's a lot of precipitous drops. We've got them too. So this is the true summit really of Great Cars. It's the first summit today where there hasn't been someone else here. Amazing. Alrighty. I think, like I said, I'm going to head down to, so we've got Little Cars here, and then head down to Hellgill Pike, which, as the name would suggest, stands at the top of Hellgill. Probably the best name in the lakes. Besides the one that's on the screen now that I've mentioned before, near Grisdale. Nice little spur going out this, isn't it? Let's go and have a little wander down it. Just sits proud a little bit of the ridge line. Oh, that's nice. So looking back up towards Swirl Howe. Wedge. Please grip. I'm just worried about my camera look. I'm just going to put my camera away actually. Okay, let's try that one again. Now I've got my camera out of the way. Go there. Okay, that's Hellgill Pike just here. But I think what I'm going to do is drop down to those crags there and saves us a nice place just to perch for a bit. So the weather seems to be changing again. It's still this horrible diffused overcast gloomage, you know, just making everything look rubbish. But it does appear to be thinning a little bit, moving up as well. So I'm hoping that perhaps, and it does happen quite a lot this, towards the end of the day it's going to clear out and we'll get a bit of sunshine. It's only 1 o'clock though. That's a long wait. I don't want to wait that long, but maybe towards the back end of the afternoon. Okay, yeah, we're going to go over there, look. Well, it's definitely out of the wind and lots of grass. Ooh, this is promising. Okay, this is bloody gorgeous, isn't it? Let's get up here. I'm not going to sit here, I don't think. Ooh. I think I'm just going to go and sit over there or something. Come on then, Finn, let's get you jump. Oh, I hate it when she's not here. Cheers. Oh wow, that was lovely. All of it, the sandwich and the fact that now the light is changing, as I kind of hoped it would. Getting little holes in the cloud now, and we've got some sunlight hitting the fell side. I was a little bit on Pike of Blisco a minute ago. Right, before I continue, two things. One, I apologise if I've got any seeds in my mouth. It was like a seedy bread. So it's always a worry. Just don't look. And secondly, I'm a little bit worried about how much garbage was coming out my mouth as I was coming down here. I think I got a little bit delirious then, you know, a little bit sort of not with it. I think I lost the plot. Maybe a bit too far without food this morning or this afternoon or whatever it is. Nice, wasn't it? Right, I think I'm going to leave this little spur, head back onto the path and along Wetside Edge and down to, what's it called? High something or other. Well, a bit further down Wetside Edge anyway, beyond the path that takes you down to Rhinos Pass. And then I think at that point I might have a marsh bar. Yeah, let's do it. That's cute, isn't it? Little townlet. So we're right on the top of Wetside Edge now, and this cairn here marks the point at which there's a path that branches off. In fact, you can see it there, look. Okay, this is the path I was talking about here. Branches off down to Rhinos. But we're going to carry on because this is a lovely, lovely little ridge. And we're heading towards High End. High End. I knew it was high something. The easy way to remember it is it's the opposite to what these videos are. So as we make our way down to High End, let me know if you've got this far in the video. Let me know if you're that hardcore that you've endured this. Here's a question for you. So today was supposed to be around about 20 degrees, and it hasn't been. It's been a bit chilly. Well, hot to start with and then chilly later on. Let me know what the temperature is like where you are. In fact, let me know where the hell you are, first of all. Whereabouts in the world are you? And how hot or cold is it? Now, I know that there are quite a few of you who watch it from some really hot places like Texas, like Dubai, and so on. So yeah, I'd be interested to see how hot it is there where you are. And conversely, I know there's a lot of people watch the channel in New Zealand. So hello to you, kia ora. And so it'll be the other way, I guess. I bet it's quite cold all the way down there at the moment in winter. Okay, we are now at High End. Let's go around here and perch somewhere nice and have that Mars bar. Some really lovely light looking out towards Bowfell. Where is it? There, through the gap. And the Crinkles. So yeah, we've got some interesting light happening. This is looking good. Well, that was really lovely. Just sitting there, having my Mars bar and watching the world go by. And it's interesting, the light's been doing some weird stuff. It was lighting up Bowfell and the Crinkles and the Pikes, and it's gone all dark now. It lit me up for a little bit, and now it's lighting up, I want to say Blake Rig. God, my head's completely gone. But it's really lighting up. Let me just get further around there. Lingmoor. And hopefully you can see all the brown at the top of the fell there. That's all heather, all waiting to kick off. So I think in another 2 months maybe, that'll just be all pinky purple. I think what I might do is I might go back up there. I know I did a video there not that long ago in this series, but I might go and do maybe like a Patreon only video, just bomb it up and show the clan, the heather, because it is quite special. And look what else I've spotted here. This is the first patch of cotton grass that I've seen this year. Lovely. So give that another month or so and we'll get these little patches here and there. Real sign of summer. Real sign of just joy and happiness when you see them all dancing around in the wind. It's lovely. And now look. Lyle Langdale. Just been illuminated beautifully, and it's looking a little less hazy as well. So I think in the next 5 minutes I'm going to be in the sunshine. I'm just going to slap on that factor 50 again. Okay, here we go. It's a bit like the Old Manor Store, isn't it? Sort of. You squint. Not that I know, because when I went there I couldn't flip and see it. Yeah, I'm starting to warm up a little bit now as we're getting lower. Obviously the air temperature's getting warmer, and here comes the sun. Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you feel it? Jets are up. Probably flying up past Grasmere. There we go. One of them. F-15 Eagle. Oh, look at this one here. Should have had my camera out. Oh. You know, literally, I've just taken my top off and I thought, should I get my camera out? Because it's looking quite nice towards the valley. And I thought, nah, I'll leave it in the bag. The jets won't come round, not round here. Flipping 2 seconds later, they're here. Not only are they here, they're going really slow. So I could have got some really nice shots, you know, video shots of them. Oh, and you see the contrails coming off the wingtips there. FML. Anyway, it's all right. Hopefully you can see it on that bit of footage there. Just to be a tiny, tiny dot. That's nice. Just getting a little glimpse of side pike there. The nose of the giant. Yeah, it's gone flat again. So you could see it. That's now weird actually, yeah, thinking about it. Because I said to you earlier on, hey, the sun's coming, 5 minutes, I'll be in the sun. And as soon as I said that, it seemed to halt and it's receded. It's all gone back out that way. In some ways, I'm kind of glad about that because it just means when we go up this next hill, it won't be so hot. Okay, can you see the bridge just there? Ever so slightly. So I think it's probably a good time to tell you why I call this Witch's Bridge. About, let's have a think about this, maybe 15 years ago I did this walk. I got to this point probably round about sunset-ish. So yeah, the light was fairly low and kind of, you know, on the clock a little bit getting down there. Anyway, so I got to the bridge, started to cross over it and look down at the beck. This is Greenburn Beck. And to my horror, to the right hand side of me and down by the water, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute, there was a woman hunkered down. And she was the epitome of a witch, of what a witch looks like. If you were to ask a child what a witch looks like, they would draw her face. It was terrifying. Really close together, sunken, set-in eyes, big nose, almost no lips, mouth, and this weird, horrible smile. It's terrifying. But she had this, so rather than have like a pointy hat like a kid would draw, it was, she had this really big, almost afro hair, but it was ginger hair. Honestly, it really freaked me out, and I kind of, I sort of said hello, like really nervously, and she just did this weird smile. So it kind of freaked me out a little bit. Maybe I was a bit delirious. Maybe I hadn't had a marsh bar, I don't know. So I carried on through the gate and carried on walking down there. And a bit further along I thought, I'm going to run because I'm running out of light now and I just want to get past that area, back into Tilberthwaite before it gets too dark and I can't see where the hell I'm going. So I started jogging and I felt this weird feeling around my legs. Like spider webs or cotton or hair, and that's what I thought. I had this vision in my head And I've got a really active imagination, clearly. I had this vision of her, of me looking back down, what's that, touching my back of my legs and seeing her like, like, you know, on all fours with her hair right by my feet. And oh my God. I had chills up and down me as I was thinking that. But I think she did that. I think she cast that thought into my head because there was nothing there. Nothing there. Where the hell? She must have been down here. In my mind's eye, it was much further down and she's a bit further away. It's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, I guess she must have been. Let's have a look. Let's get over it. I'll turn you the other way around now. So I was kind of crossing like this, and oh, isn't that lovely there? And I looked down, and she was there, just hunkered down. Woohoo, boy! Yeah, horrible. Anyway, that's it. Very, very beautiful, though, isn't it? Very, very beautiful place. Quintessential Lake District, I would say, and really easy to get to. Really easy to get to this without doing all the walk that we've done today. Because what you can do is, if you're familiar with it, if you're familiar with Cathedral Cave and Slater's Bridge, if you keep on going up that track, you get to here. This is that track, it continues up, and it goes right up to Greenburn, way up. And you've got these beautiful waterfalls, little bridge, and obviously that view and the witch. I didn't say it was a good story, but that's true, it did happen, and it scared the flipping bejesus out of me. According to the map, the path is on the right hand side of this wall. Now as you come down off there, you can see there is a trod on the left hand side, probably luring you into tick hell. So I'm going to stick to the right, I'm going to just find my way up there and yeah, just get my head down and keep going, and hopefully I won't get waylaid by a ginger-haired witch. Okay, let's go. By the way, I forgot to tell you, by the time we get to the top of this hill here, we'll have one of the best views of the Langdale Pikes ever. I'm not going to show you yet, I'll wait until we get to the top and I'll spin you around and you can marvel at it. You want to see one of the best views of the Langdale Pikes anywhere in the Lake District? Here it is. Look at it. Wow. It's got everything. You've got a leading line, and you can see that a bit further up, a bit better. But look at the way it's just positioned right between Blakerigg and Rakerigg, Lingmoor. Just nestled in that. Oh, it's just lovely. Talk about frameage. Yeah, I mean, the light's not great today, you know, it is a bit hazy, but you know, imagine that with a bit of snow on it, some 45-degree angle light, shadows. I think that is, without a shadow of doubt, one of the best views in the world. Easily. It's right up there. Not bad, eh? Trouble is, got this to go now. Yeah, head down, let's get up there. Oh God, this looks brutal. Look at it. I can't believe it, the sun's just come out just at this point where it's the steepest part of the entire day. Why? Okay, so it's still looking pretty good when we get to the top. Not quite the top, a bit more to go, but not far. That was horrible, that bit. Really steep. But as horrible as that was, and it was hard work, it still beats doing that path all the way around and back into Tilbury that way. It's such a long way, and it's hard underfoot. It's not nice. Well, that definitely got the blood pumping. I'm definitely ready for that pint now. so bad. Ooh. Hello. God, let's get past this really quickly because it looks like it's about to fall, and look at the spiky bits. Let's go. God. Oh, nice little butterfly. Definitely fat boy gate here, I think. It's kind of scary. Right, we're down. All right, here we are, back at the van. Yeah, what a walk, fantastic walk. Thanks so much for coming along today, you know, and joining me on this walk. It really does feel like you're here with me, honestly, it really does. That's no word of a lie. Let's get round to the side. But you can't go yet, because we need to go and get a beer or a glass of wine for you, or whatever you want, cider, I don't know what the hell you want. And yeah, let's go and get one.